In my hands I have a Fender Stratocaster. This is all stock, it's a Mexican Strat. And on the floor we've got 7 different overdrive pedals, which I feel to be the best overdrive pedals for playing blues especially. Now, some of the blues aficionados, or snobs, sorry. Yeah, the snobs might say all you need to do is walk over to the amp and crank it up. That's not always a viable option for everybody, depending on where you're playing, what kind of sound you actually like. It's all subjective, there's nothing wrong with the classic blues tone. But for me personally, it's really hard for me to go over to, say, my Blues Deluxe on the clean channel and crank it so loud that it's breaking up without killing everybody, especially with the speaker that's in there. So that's not always a great choice. For me personally, I like what overdrive pedals do on a clean channel. I think it's really musical. So these are the 7 best ones that I feel for a Stratocaster, but also for playing blues. I'm plugged into my Marshall DSL 40. We're on 20 watt mode on the clean channel. I've actually got it loaded with a Texas Heat speaker from Eminence. For those who are regulars to the channel, you know that I've actually gone back and forth between the Texas Heat and the V-Type Celestion speaker that was in this Marshall, but I'm sort of kind of settled on the Texas Heat, at least this week, so we'll give it a go. This is the clean tone on neck pickup. And now with the Stardust pedal on, which is my favorite Strat pedal right now. Then over to bridge. It's just a really great Strat pedal. It kind of takes all the qualities of the guitar and just amplifies everything. It gives you that squishy sort of Fender tone, which is what it's doing. It's got that Fender blackface amp cranked over the edge kind of sound, and it just does it extremely well. Great rhythm pedal as well if you're just playing chords. Turn down and it cleans up. It's just a really great pedal for Strat. Over to arguably one of my favorite pedals of all time, the VS Audio Royal Flush. It's a great pedal, it's a dual channel overdrive. I'm going to start with the left side, which is the higher gain side. Here we go. That's clean. I love the feel of this pedal, it feels great. You turn down. Even on the high gain side, it still cleans up really well. Yeah. Now it has the other channel as well, which is the lower gain of the two. Now let's drop the volume a bit, but I've got it set like that on purpose, so when you stack them, it sounds like this. And this is bridge pickup. Whew! Over to the Carrera Overdrive, which for me is like an almost always on pedal. It just works extremely well, works great with the Strat. It also works awesome with humbucker. So if you play humbuckers, it's a really great choice as well. Single channel overdrive, bass and treble control. I love the sound of this thing. Let's take a listen. Pedal on. So it still lets all the character of the top end through of the Strat. I love it. Bridge. It is an absolute monster. It's a great blues pedal. I dig it. On the top row, we have one called the Chellee Ponyboy. This is the latest version with the bass and treble control. So it's kind of like a clone. You probably guessed that already. But having the flexibility of the bass control is awesome. The reason this is on the board as opposed to all the other clones and all that out there is the fact that this is a reasonable price. It's just over $100 and it's handmade in the USA in Florida. I think it's the best one of its choice. Now, the original Klon KTR, which I've owned for a long time, is a great pedal to stack into other pedals, but this one works great on its own because you can actually warm the pedal up thanks to the bass control. So I really dig this. Let's take a listen. We'll start on neck pickup as well. Here we go. This is with it off. Got this punch to it that I love. This is bridge pickup. Yeah, all right. Up next, we've got the Pride of Texas Overdrive pedal, which is made by Danelectro, and it's the most affordable pedal on the board. It sounds great. If you dig that SRV type sound, you're definitely going to dig it. This is neck pickup with it off. What a great tone. That's with my volume down. So this particular pedal has a lot more gain than you probably think. You could absolutely just dial it back. I kind of like this pedal as an in-your-face blues solo sort of tone. And over to bridge. Sounds killer. I absolutely love that thing. Up next, we have the Riff Raff Mark II. This is from Tsakalis Audioworks in Greece. This is a 2-channel pedal that you can't stack. So it's got a low gain channel and a high gain channel. It works extremely well. And because of that, you don't feel the need to stack them and then get some sort of weird sound. Having 2 independent channels like this and a shared tone control makes this pedal really easy to use, which is why it's on the list. Pedal on the cleaner of the 2 channels. that was with the higher gain once I clicked over to the red channel. So as you can hear, it sounds great. This is bridge pickup. Then back to the lower gain setting. I dig it. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this board thinking, oh, how come you don't have an Ibanez tube screamer on here? Well, I kind of do. Now, the Maxon Overdrive OD808 was the original, and the Ibanez tube screamer was the rebranded pedal of that pedal. So the Maxon's the original Ibanez tube screamer. It's just a straight up rebranding in a different box. Great pedal, made famous by a lot of players as well, but this is essentially the same thing. So I hope you like the tone of this. I love this pedal, and one of the reasons why is you can stack other pedals into it, and it sounds great. So let's give this a shot, and this is neck pickup. It's got this really great amp, sort of soft clipping quality to it that just works really, really well. It sounds awesome, and if you turn down, it still sounds great. So the Ibanez Tube Screamer / Maxon OD808 is still a really great choice even today. Let me know how you think it compares against all of these other pedals. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Shane. That's been 7 pedals that I love for playing blues. Now, I'm sure a lot of blues snobs or blues aficionados, we'll call them, will say you don't need any pedals for playing blues, just crank up an amp. That's not always a viable choice for a lot of people. Unfortunately, where I live especially, I can't just crank up a 40-watt Marshall as loud as it can go to get that kind of sound, or even my Fender. I very rarely ever get my Blues Deluxe to a point where it's clipping on the clean channel. It's just a fact. I've got a Swamp Thing speaker in there as well, and it's extremely loud. So for me, any number of these pedals would work great for playing blues. I've tried and tested these out playing live so many times. The Royal Flush has probably done 50 gigs. I probably did 50 with the Maxon, and just about all of these I've been using a lot, especially either at home on videos. You've seen them pop up. The only one I haven't used a lot out of all of these is the Riff Raff, but this is kind of like the hidden gem in my opinion. This was a pedal that I demoed, didn't realize how great it was maybe at the time, and sort of fell in love with it again because it's kind of reminiscent of a Tube Screamer, only it's got a little bit more than that. So, you know, you can find great tone in any of these, and you probably noticed some of them sounded pretty similar, and there's a reason why. I know the sound I've got in my head, so I'm trying to dial that in with these pedals, and they're all just that little bit different. To my ear, the ones that stand out as being probably the most unique might be the Stardust pedal, the Pride of Texas, and maybe the Carrera, but I love what the Royal Flush does for my particular sound. It's almost like a safe overdrive in many ways. It just does what it does extremely well, and it's musically inclined when you stack both pedals. It doesn't get kind of nasty or weird or squishy or anything. It just sounds great. So I really love the sort of knock of the Royal Flush. It's got this sort of punch to it that I dig. Can't go wrong with a Tube Screamer either, but let me know what you think of these in the comments below. If you own one of these pedals or are you thinking of buying one, let us know as well. If you have any questions, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So 7 pedals that you can use for blues. You can also use it for just about anything else, but for my money, I think these are the top 7 in my personal collection. Thanks again for watching. My name's Shane. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you, folks.